Hi, I'm RJ Knight from Youauthorus, and we're here doing the music talks with you. And our music talks is a debate between me and RJ. And we have it here in open sessions because I kind of like open sessions when we do it. We do it different places every time. And tell me what you guys think. Maybe you guys don't like it. Maybe you like it. Let us know with the new format below, or go back to a controlled environment. Who knows? But I think they produce better organic discussions because sometimes people come by randomly and say, hey, I like your topic. I disagree. But you get some good points. So let's go into this, and the question is from actually not a question, it's a statement that that Absolute Zero here made. He said, is Kanye West ruining his discography, which is admittedly really good, and it was in the subject of the Piss on Your Grave article, which we'll have a link below. And in the Piss on Your Grave article, he said that Kanye West was ruining his discography by making more records and albums and stuff, like whatever, and music videos, like by doing more, which is the problem I had with it, was innately like, is doing more bad? So I'm gonna let him just defend what he's saying here, and you could go any way you want. Explain that.
Like, I think that for Kanye West, I know what it was. I think that his last two albums, like Watch the Throne and Jesus, definitely hurt his catalog more than it helped his catalog. I think that if you do release more content that's below the standards that you set for yourself, then it's going to lower your average. Just like if you have a really good shooting percentage and then you keep breaking shots, then you're gonna ruin your shooting percentage, and so it's gonna be detrimental. Like Kanye can't keep lobbing bricks.
Hey, okay, so here's my flaw with this. You're saying that if you make something great, if we follow what you're saying logically, then what happens is that once I do something great, I should just stop. Like, basically, I should just say, I beat Manny Pacquiao, I stopped boxing ever. The first time I beat De La Hoya, I retired, which happened. Or something like this. I do something great, I should stop. Oh, I made a three-point shot, I made a half-court shot, I should stop. I don't want to ruin my half-court shooting percentage or some ridiculous thing like that. That's ridiculous. When you're looking at it, the fact is that you need to be consistent. The fact is that, like, if you take this in real life and you apply this to life, you understand things by failing. And we agree that failure, understanding is where art comes from. Knowing is not necessarily a great artist. A great artist knows things, understands. When you go to martial arts or whatever, this is a uniformity of all artists. When you look at art, and you're looking at art through the perspective of like suffering or something like that, people understand their own suffering, so that they talk about those contents, those things, items a little bit better. That's very different. When you're talking about stuff like putting in work, let's relate that to the fact that in reality you need to take risk, because when you fail you understand, and you grow until you understand and make something better. And you don't know what society wants, which I'm not going to go into fully into economics right now, I'm trying to be a little shorter, but you don't know until you take the risk. And what you're saying is risk averse. It's saying, well, I did something great, let's not do it anymore. So that kind of defeats the argument of something you said before about Kanye West's catalog of making great music videos, because he's had so many. So that's a little bit flawed.
I think that you have to keep up with the standards that you set for yourself. Like, if I see something that's really good, like
setting standards.
Studio Ghibli, like there's a certain standard that they set for themselves by making really amazing movies. If they made a movie and it was way below the bar of their other material, you would be like, what's going on right now? Like, you would. So I mean, you can rebuttal.
Okay, so when you're there and you're making really good music videos, it's like saying we're comparing this to basketball, right? When you're playing basketball, your shooting form doesn't mean that it's bad. Steph Curry gets off. Every great shooter gets off. You know what makes them great shooters? That they keep shooting. Every golfer has like times when they're off. You know what makes them great? Because they keep going. You're going to have moments where you're off and you're going to fail. Failure doesn't make you bad. It's the form. We can still look at the technical details, the way that they release their rhythm, and we can kind of be like, okay, maybe this is a little off but they'll get it back by doing it over, okay? The problem that you're saying is that they shouldn't do it at all. You're like, yeah, Studio Ghibli, even if they made a bad movie, I could still look at the animations like, yo, this is really good, and the storyboarding is really good, the scene transitions are good. It's just that the plot wasn't really good, or whatever thing that they did wasn't, that it didn't really catch, but it's really good. Like, we could go into a lot of works that we talk about that are great works, but they're just not really, they never caught on. That's something totally different. But to say that they shouldn't have tried because they made one good thing, that's the flaw. I think that's not logical. I think that's a very flawed statement to make.
Did I say that he shouldn't have tried? I'm saying they should have been better. That's what I'm saying. Like, they should, if he...
Guys, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. If you want to take it, you can take it. And it's live. I mean, it's raw.
How are you doing? I don't know. Out of town, like I haven't seen her since this morning. She did call me.
Yeah. So yeah, you were explaining yourself. You said it wasn't whatever it was.
No, I think that Kanye West should make more music. I want to listen to more Kanye West music. I just want it to be good. That's my only.
Okay, but the argument of what is, like, things are good because we can see, like, they have a form or good. Like, right now, I'll give you an example with basketball. I'm a basketball player. You know, I used to be. I'm still pretty good, but I'll use an example. I'm a writer for most, and I look at the form. I don't always look at the fact that something sold well. I don't use these arbitrary markers like of sales or something like that, because something can sell for different reasons. What I'm making a point of, and I'm making a strong point, is that, as long as the technical aspects of the Kanye-ness of it, and, you know, like the music video execution is fine, then that's okay. It might not catch on or become iconic, but those are totally different markers. I don't think he's ruining his discography by making wrong things. I mean, by making mistakes or making errors. You don't know what's good until you do it. It doesn't even influence other people, because failures actually influence people to know what not to do, and that can make you iconic as well, or make you influential. Like, I think most people think that you should be perfect. It's like the Floyd Mayweather logic, where they were like, oh, he's 49-0, therefore he's the best boxer ever. Other people have been 49-0, so therefore they then should be the best boxer ever, not him, right? By that logic, because they did it before him, right?
Yeah.
By the same logic, then somebody who was 50-0 or 51-0, these guys exist. So it's like the logic doesn't hold up, and it's not sound. The fact is that people, it's not like that you did it without failure. It's that who you beat, the level of adversity that you have, like in boxing or in basketball. Just because you take a garbage NBA team, take the 76ers, okay, and you break them to college, they're running down, okay, they'll probably never lose, okay. This doesn't mean they're the greatest ever. It's really, you have to look at the context of what's going on. And so I don't really have a problem with somebody having bad stuff in their discography. You have to look at it by comparing it to time and what's going on and those kind of things to adjust it to see if it's good or not. Because there's a lot of things that are really, really good that just don't catch on. Yeah. And they're just like, as we know from the alternative music and underground music, there's a lot of great guys that never catch on.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that they shouldn't take risks. I love that Kanye West is willing to take risks and try. I just personally found it strange that how far below his bar these albums seem to fall. Like, Ghostface Killer has a lot of albums, and they're consistently pretty good. Even Ghost Dini is not at Yeezus level. Like,
here's the thing that I look at it, and what you're looking at, I think Kanye West is, and I explained this before, but Kanye West, when he's dealing with subject matter he understands, he makes superior work. Doesn't mean he understands them well or correctly, but his understanding of them is fine. Kanye West has expanded a lot, where he knows a lot more new. He knows a lot of new things, but doesn't mean he understands these new things.
Yeah.
And you could see it in the way that he talks about it and executes and does, you know, his methodology around these things. So he talks about a larger subject matter, or different subject matter, but his understanding has not grown, or his understanding of them is limited. And that's what it comes off, and you say, oh, is this good or not? Like, when you talk about motivational Eminem doesn't really understand being motivational very well. So he knows it. That's why he says cliches. It's not profound. It's like, yeah, it doesn't actually apply or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't. But suffering Eminem, miserable Eminem. Eminem understands misery, and we could all relate to his misery because it comes off in a deep, connecting way, or iconic way, or some kind of great execution or great soul, like some kind of deeper consciousness. So he understands that, and then he comes off. Dre's not the greatest beat production, but he understands how things should flow and sound together in connection. So that comes off, and when he's not doing that, it's not as good. Fine. So you can have a genius in areas. Genius comes from how fast you learn something. Ingenuity comes from places that you understand. And so there's more like to be ingenious and do things. But Kanye West tries to expand. The thing I like about Kanye is that whether he's right or he's wrong, he's at least the one positive I can give him, that he tries new things, and he's always trying to push himself in new areas to expand. And I think that that's the human attribute of Kanye West, right? That pursuit of that to expand, and eventually one day maybe he will go on the path from a man to a human. But as he right now, I don't believe he's there. As he thinks he's God, which is clearly not. But I think that what he does with his discography is really good. I actually think that he's not one-dimensional, and there's no problem with being one-dimensional. Again, it's just subjective. It's like if you reach perfection, it's like, yeah, but you did it before. It's perfect. There's no need for me to do anything else. So it's what do you want to do? But Kanye West, to me, is trying to be the best artist. When he talks and the things he treats, he's trying to be profound. And in that thing, as an artist, as a musician, as a music artist, I judge him in this kin. I don't really put Kanye West as a rapper. If I did, then I would limit him more, and he would be far, away, removed in my mind, right? He's just decent. But as an overall artist, and we're talking, Kanye West tries to go beyond just hip-hop. He tries to go in all art. And that's where he pushes himself, and I think it's really great. And I don't think he ruins it, because there's stuff that Kanye West does that influences other people to go this is where he failed, and this is how I could do it better. This is where he succeeded, and I could do it with this twist. Or he's expanded the game for us to see difference now in today's time, because we haven't seen it in a while. He's done throwback stuff a lot to the 70s and 80s that we could go, oh my gosh, and the creativity's open back up again, that potentially you can have great creative videos come back. I think Kanye's done that, and I think that I respect his discography, and the music that he makes is really good. He does different things, like I'll give you an example, what is a Heartbreak 808 or something like that, was not a hip-hop art, it was like a R&B.
Heartbreaks, I never criticized that. There's criticisms you can make of it. Anyway, it's Heartbreak, don't get me wrong, but I don't have a problem with that, because I see what he's trying to do, and he did it pretty well, right?
Yeah. The problem people had was it was poorly conveyed to them, the genre. You see, it's kind of like when you go into a movie and you want to do an action movie and you go into romance. You might be upset because you were expecting an action movie. You were emotionally set on something, and then you were disappointed. The difference is now when you go to something else, right? Like if you want to go to romance and then you go into romance and then you get an action movie, you're not going to be satiated because you were emotionally set on something. The problem with Heartbreak and 808s is that people thought it was going to be a rap album because he made rap albums before, and that's where the wasn't properly conveyed. So I could see that problem. So I think Watch the Throne was a pretty good album. People didn't think it was great. It was pretty much in the same vein as the College Dropout graduation. It was in the family. It's just Kanye literally has graduated. He's far removed from school, so far removed from school. He's now super successful.
He's removed from relatability.
Exactly. Now he's super successful, and he's at the top of the world, and he's in the same vein style of rapping. He's just rapping from a totally different life perspective, and that's why I like Watch the Throne, because Watch the Throne, from the graduation, from literally the College Dropout, shows you the literal mental development of Kanye West. I think Watch the Throne was probably the last Kanye album that I've heard where it was rapper album, rapping album, classic rapping album.
I guess Dark Twisted Fantasy is not
not a rap, hip hop, hip hop rapping hip hop album.
Was much better
Yeah, that's fine, but but it's not in the same family as Graduation to them. You could see that doesn't fit there. Like it's not the same. Like
not the same.
if you look at when he started college opera, he's like, yeah, I want to be with Jay-Z, and then like Watch the Throne is literally like, I'm with Jay-Z now. Look at us together. Like this could be a movie. You could literally listen to albums and put them all into like a movie, or like make a 3-part movie of Kanye West from his albums. It's like a movie. It's like a really beautiful progression, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about Kanye West being in the game, is that we could literally see his progression and his flaws as a person. And I think that looking at Kanye West's discography is going to be beautiful, because it's one of those few discographies that you can look at and do like intellectual breakdown or have like lectures on it, because it's like he brings up so many points. He's all over the place, It's kind of like a classic 70s band, or like those artists in the 70s, 60s, where they like you could see their development as their mind. Yeah, it's like in rap we haven't had that. Hip hop, it's very limited. Jay-Z is still like Jay-Z. He's just started to like the development is very minute. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, most of these guys are still trying to be the same guy that they were. It's really hard. So Kanye West is going to be one of the most beautiful intellectual debates that we could have in hip hop. When you look at somebody and you study them on a myriad of subjects, like on economics, political science, or sociology, anything, or psychology. There's so many things you could do, and I think that that's one of the greatest contributions that Kanye West gives to music, especially hip hop. But that's my thing on about his discography, why I think it's really good. And I think they should keep doing it. And I think they should keep taking chances, because risk is where you get the greatest rewards. The greater the risk, the greater reward. Yeah. Generally speaking, that's not an absolute statement, as some people make it seem, but that's my closing statement. I don't know what's yours, or you want to go, but I don't have anything more to add.
My closing statement is have quality control, man, on your hit factory. Sometimes you gotta stop the line and fix the car. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's pretty dope. So what you're saying is like he should literally be more like he shouldn't be like Jay-Z when he was like, I don't want to work with Just Blaze because he's gonna make me actually work. Exactly. Yeah, okay, you're mean like that. Like it's like, okay, like, because when Jay was good, like he had a lot of dudes around him that were like, no, Jay-Z, this is not good. Like this is not good enough. Like it's decent, but it could be better. It could be better. Exactly. And it was like a long time. So I mean, I agree with you that if he has people like that around, but I think Kanye West tries to have people like that around him. Yeah. I just think that the people around him may not be able to properly qualify the music well, because or verify it, because they're not from the audience. It's like for me, when I do these music stuff with you, it's because like I do it to help you out. And when I sit there and I'm like this, I'm not really good at qualifying punk music or any of these other music stuff genres. I mean, listen to them now. Listen to like everything since I was a kid, right? I love classical music, but that doesn't mean that for every genre, because I like it, means that I should my opinions on the technical aspects and the mental aspects of the audience is accurate or right or valid. That's not true, because I'm just some guy that's a spectator. I come in occasionally and may like this because I just like it emotionally. My technical reasons for it is okay. It's like some random bypasser just talking about basketball and trying to tell me why their random point of view in basketball is great because they like a player or their feelings on it. It's like, no, bro, no, there's technical aspects that you don't get. So where they run with metrics, like, the new numbers that people just quote or whatever bullshit. Yeah. But again, like, that's my thing. Like, you don't just go into something and just go like, I think that Kanye West's guys, they don't properly understand these other genres. They might understand hip hop, but when they start going into like classical or dance, you know what I mean, or something like that, they're like, I don't know what the hell, like, looks good, That's what I would say. It kind of sounds okay, it looks good. I can see it being a hit. Yeah. That's the kind of reasoning, and it's not necessarily the reason that you need to produce something great or surpassing in that field. Yeah. That's it. That's just a modifier. So that's pretty much it. Do your outro. Tell them what they can expect from you, and I'll do mine, and that'll be it. Like, so where can the people find you, and what's up?
Absolute Zero. You can find all my stuff on Youauthorus. I got a lot of articles about Jay-Z and Kanye West, and they're coming out, and they're gonna be awesome. KYFR.net.
All right, yeah. So he's at KORFR. You can check some of the older stuff. Also, check him out at DME. That's from what I know. And these articles, there's been a lot of work coming into them. That's part of the reason why I've been able to come out with a lot of new stories, because I've had to do a lot of management and a lot of editing to get them to you. So hopefully you guys enjoy them, because they're very valuable. As for me, I can't honestly tell you guys when I'm going to get back to writing. I am trying to. We should be able to round this stuff out with this Piss on Your Grave article. This entire segment should be rounded out for this, and I may be able to get back, because we're making major format changes, so I can get actually the Kenshi story to you guys and all the other stories, some of my satires, and I'm a very philosophical guy. Always have some deep meanings behind a lot of these stories, and hopefully you guys can enjoy that and enjoy some of the lighter stuff. So when I try to get it back, I'm going to try to get back to about 30 to 50 pages a day, and hopefully I can do that, and you guys could have about a novel a week, or you guys could have short stories or novellas. Trying my best to get it back. I've always tried to put out good quality, as you can see, and I've been told that their people are amazed by the quality that I do, the speed, and I do thank you guys for sending me private messages and stuff, and I would encourage you guys to keep doing that. Thank you guys so much for staying with us so far, even throughout the down periods as it has been, and it's been a little difficult formatting these new things, because the site was originally designed to not include this, but it's been really good, and it's really great that so many people could use help and really like these topics that we talk about, because they're very interesting, and also people really like the pre-promotions, and hopefully you guys can check out and be exposed to more stuff and have a robust conversation. And so that's all I can say, and we'd like to thank you guys for listening with us so far. And you catch us next week with brand new topics. I don't know what they are, but they'll probably be pretty good and thought-provoking. Thanks.